Hi students, today we are going to discuss how the oxidation state is calculated by using some tricks. So in the previous video we have discussed about what are the rules which are used to calculate the oxidation state of an element and some examples. So now let us discuss some more examples to calculate the oxidation state. So the first one is H2SO4. So in this H2SO4 we have to calculate the oxidation state of sulfur. So for this the hydrogen belongs to first year group element, that's why hydrogen possesses +1 oxidation state and oxygen possesses -2 oxidation state. We have to calculate the oxidation state of sulfur. Then 2 into +1 2 plus x into 1 x 4 into -2 -8, it should be equal to 0, because we have already discussed the oxidation states. The sum of all oxidation states in a molecule must be equal to 0. The sum of oxidation state of all atoms in a molecule must be equal to 0. That's why we have to put 0 here. So by calculating this we get +6 oxidation state. So here sulfur exhibits +6 oxidation state, means it loses 6 electrons. And next, second example, Cr2O3. So in this we have to calculate the oxidation state of chromium. Let it be X, and oxygen possesses -2 oxidation state. So 2 into X 2x, 3 into -2 -6, it should be equal to 0. So 2x is equal to +6 and x equal to +3. So again we get +3 oxidation state, that means positive oxidation state. Here also chromium loses 3 electrons. So here 1 sulfur is there, so the oxidation state of 1 sulfur is equal to +6. Here 2 chromium atoms are there, that means when there are 2 or more elements are there, the oxidation state obtained is nothing but the average oxidation state. Clear? If 2 or more elements are present in the given molecule, we get some oxidation state. That oxidation state is not the exact oxidation state, that is the average oxidation state of 2 chromium atoms. So let us take another example to clarify this one. Suppose if you consider the next element Na2S4O6. So here we have to calculate the oxidation state of sulfur. So sodium belongs to first year group element, so +1. Oxygen exhibits -2 oxidation state, so sulfur X, let it be X. So 2 into +1 2, that is +2. 4 into x 4x, -2 into 6 -12, that equal to 0. So 4x minus 10 equal to 0. 4x is equal to 10, that means x equal to 10 by 4, that is equal to 2.5. Here we got 2.5, that is fraction. So we got fractional oxidation state. Does an element possess fractional oxidation state? No, because oxidation state means by losing electrons or gaining electrons, elements possess oxidation state. If an element loses electrons, it becomes positive oxidation state. If an element gains electrons, it becomes negative oxidation state. So here 2.5 means, here 6 means it loses 6 electrons. Sulfur loses 6 electrons. Here 3 means it loses 3 electrons. Here sulfur exhibits 2.5 oxidation state, means it loses 2.5 electrons. Is it possible? No. So that's why this 2.5 is not the exact oxidation state of sulfur, it is the average oxidation state of sulfur. In case the molecule consists of 2 or more elements whose oxidation state is to be calculated, then we get the average oxidation state of the element. Okay, clear? So this 2.5 is the average oxidation state of the element. Now we have to consider the exact oxidation state of the sulfur, each sulfur. Now later we will discuss a trick to calculate the exact oxidation state of individual sulfurs. So that is, for each sulfur it will exhibit different oxidation state. So let us discuss another trick to calculate that individual oxidation state. Next, Meanwhile, we have to discuss another example, that is C3O2. So here also we have to calculate the oxidation state of carbon. It also, there exists 3 carbon elements are there. Here 3 carbon atoms are there. So let it be X and oxygen becomes -2. So that is 3x minus 4 equal to 0. X is equal to 4 by 3. That is 1.3. So here also we get fractional oxidation state. So that means this is also the average oxidation state of 3 carbon atoms. That is not the exact oxidation state of each carbon. Let us consider another example, that is Br3O8. So in case of Br3O8, we have to calculate the oxidation state of bromine. Let it be X and -2. 3x minus 16 equal to 0. 3x equal to x equal to 16 by 3. That means, what is the oxidation state? It is 6.3. So here also we got fractional oxidation state. So here it is the, so in these 3 cases, 3rd, 4th and 5th, we got the average oxidation state. Now we have to calculate the exact oxidation state of individual elements. So a small trick is there to calculate the exact oxidation state of individual elements. So in order to know this exact oxidation state, we have to know the structure of the molecule. So here take the example 3. So in example 3, the structure will be like this. You have to know the structure. There are 4 sulfurs are there, 4 sulfurs and 6 oxygens are there and 2 sodiums are there. 1, 2, 3, 4 sulfurs, 6 oxygens and 2 sodiums are there. So since sulfur belongs to oxygen family, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 group element it is. Now we have to calculate the oxidation state of each element. So in order to calculate the oxidation state of each element, we have to remember, we have to calculate the number of bonds that forms with other elements. We have to consider the number of bonds that formed with other element. So here let us suppose to calculate the oxidation state of this sulfur. So how many bonds are formed by this sulfur? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bonds are there. So among these 6 bonds, so this bond is formed by sulfur atom. This bond is formed with sulfur atom. So that means this is similar element. But we have to consider the other elements. So how many bonds are formed with other elements? Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bonds are there. So here it forms 5 bonds, means this sulfur exhibits +5 oxidation state. It exhibits +5 oxidation state. How can you say whether it is +5 or -5? That means the adjacent element is oxygen. The adjacent element is oxygen. Oxygen is more electronegative than sulfur. That's why oxygen exhibits minus oxidation state, whereas sulfur exhibits positive oxidation state. So in the previous video we have discussed, in any compound the more electronegative element possesses negative charge, whereas the less electronegative element possesses positive charge. So that's why here oxygen exhibits negative oxidation state, sulfur exhibits positive oxidation states. That's why it will become +5. So here we have to count the number of bonds that formed with other elements. The number of bonds that formed with other elements. Here sulfur forms 5 bonds with other elements. The 6th bond is with the similar element. So we should not consider this bond. Okay, clear? We have to consider the number of bonds that can be formed with other elements. So here it is 6. And next consider for this sulfur. So this sulfur forms 2 bonds with other 2 sulfurs. There is no any other element. Other than sulfur there is no any element. So that's why here it will exhibit 0 oxidation state. So let us consider this sulfur. So this sulfur also does not form any bond with other elements. It forms bonds with sulfur only. It does not form bonds with other elements. So that's why here this sulfur also exhibits 0 oxidation state. So whereas this sulfur exhibits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means here it forms 5 bonds. So it exhibits +5 oxidation state. So here also +5 oxidation state, and hence the molecule will exhibit fractional oxidation state if we consider the individual oxidation state, that is +5, +5, 0 and 0. If you take the average of these 4, 5 plus 0 plus 0 plus 5 by 4, that is 10 by 4, that is 2.5. So this 2.5 is the average oxidation state of 4 sulfurs. So thus the sulfurs, these two sulfurs, the terminal sulfurs will exhibit +5 oxidation state, whereas the central sulfurs exhibits 0 oxidation state. Clear? Now let us take the fourth example. So in this fourth example, the molecule is C3O2. So the structure of C3O2 is like this. Like this, carbon forms 4 bonds and oxygen forms 2 bonds. So that structure will be like this. So in this structure, we have to consider this is first carbon, this is second carbon and third carbon. So for the first carbon, count the number of bonds that can be formed with other elements. So this carbon forms bonds with oxygen, that is 2 bonds. These should not be count. We should not count these 2 bonds. So that's why this carbon possesses oxidation state is 2. Now how can you know whether it is +2 or -2? Here the CO bond is there. CO bond means this carbon is more electronegative than, oxygen is more electronegative than carbon. So that's why oxygen exhibits minus oxidation state, carbon exhibits positive oxidation state. So that's why here it is +2. Okay, clear? This carbon forms 2 bonds with other element, and this carbon is less electronegative than oxygen. That's why it will possess +2 oxidation state. And here for this carbon does not form bonds with other elements. It forms bonds with carbon only. It forms bonds with carbon only. So that's why it will exhibit 0 oxidation state. Here this carbon exhibits again +2, since it forms 2 bonds with other elements. And here it is plus because this carbon is less electronegative than oxygen. So that's why it is +2. So if you consider the average oxidation state, 2 plus 0 plus 2 by 3, that is 4 by 3, that is 1.3. So this 1.3 is the average oxidation state of these 3 carbons. So here the terminal carbons possess +2 oxidation state, whereas the central carbon possess 0 oxidation state. So simply we can consider the number of bonds that forms with other elements. So now you have to try this one. I am giving you the structure for this molecule. You can calculate and comment me in comment box. So I am giving you the structure for this molecule. You can comment on comment box. So that is the molecule is Br3O8. So the structure will be like this: Br, 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 and 3 oxygens are here, and 3 more oxygens are here, and 2 oxygens are here. So the structure of Br3O8 is like this. Now we have to calculate the oxidation states of these 3 elements. So calculate these 3 and comment me on comment box. Okay, thank you. Please like the session and share the video and subscribe my channel. Thank you.